One of the biggest culprits in the government staying closed now into week 4, almost edging into week 5, I'm having sort of a little trouble keeping track at this point, is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Somehow Mitch McConnell has mostly managed to stay out of the news, and the headlines have been all about Trump, Chuck, and Nancy. But the truth is that McConnell deserves a lot of the blame for the government remaining closed for as long as it has, because Democrats have passed Republican bills in the House, which Republicans could have passed in the Senate. If only Mitch McConnell had actually put them up to a vote, Republicans could have passed bills that Republicans negotiated with other Republicans if Mitch McConnell had put those bills up for a vote. But McConnell is effectively being a tool for Trump. Mostly, though, he's not suffering in the media. He's not putting the bills up for a vote, and people aren't even really noticing, although people are starting to notice after he did this again yesterday. Senate Republicans have once again blocked a House-passed bill to reopen the federal government. This was a package of bills which would fund the Department of Homeland Security through February 8th. It would fund the rest of the departments that are shut down through September 30th. Democrats, Chris Van Hollen and Ben Cardin, asked for this to be taken up by the Senate, and in comes Mitch McConnell, and he blocks it, and he says, we're not going to participate in bringing bills to the floor that don't have a chance of passing. What McConnell means by that is that Trump would veto it because it doesn't include any funding for the wall, so they're just not even going to bother. But this is playing very coy, and McConnell really should be called out for this, because if it's just House Democrats that pass something, there's not that much pressure on Trump and Republicans to go forward, because you know what? It's just House Democrats, even if they're previously Republican negotiated bills. If the Senate, though, decides to debate and maybe even pass a bill to reopen the government without border wall funding, Trump then is exposed as the reason why it's not reopening. And that's bad for Trump because it's this circle. Republicans won't debate a bill that Trump won't sign. Trump's under no real pressure to sign a bill that doesn't get debated, never mind passed, by Republicans in the Senate. So there's this vicious circle. And what's always ignored, or mostly ignored in this discussion, is that even if Trump vetoes one of these bills, you can still get it passed and get government reopened with a veto override. If the House passes a bill and the Senate passes a bill and Trump vetoes it, the House and Senate can do what's called a veto override. They vote, and if they get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate to say, we override the president's veto, the bill still becomes enacted and becomes the law, and in this case, government would get reopened. I don't know at this point if Republicans would come aboard in the House to get to 2/3. Unclear what would happen in the Senate, although maybe it's more likely. But this is a joke, and Mitch McConnell should be blamed for this thing. Trump started the shutdown. He said he would be proud to do it, and he did it. But we've got to point the finger at Republicans who could debate this bill and pass this bill and override Trump's veto in both the House and Senate if they wanted. They are the saboteurs here, and slick Mitch McConnell has mostly avoided the consequences and stayed out of the news. He really should be in the news because he is almost at this point as much to blame for the government staying closed as is Donald Trump. One of today's sponsors is privacy.com/Pakman. This is a free service that I've actually been using myself for a while now, and I love it. You just take a few seconds to link your debit card or bank account to privacy.com's mobile app or browser extension for Firefox and Chrome. And what that does is allow you to instantly create virtual credit cards that are linked to your bank account so that you're not actually putting your real debit card number on the internet. And you use these virtual credit card numbers to buy things online. And with one click of a button, you have the ability to create multiple virtual cards, delete cards, freeze and unfreeze cards. You can put a limit on a card so a company won't be able to charge you more than you actually want them to. And it protects you from being hacked. It protects you from companies being hacked, which we've been talking about for a while on the program. And it's perfect for signing up for free trials somewhere if you don't want your real credit card number to be exposed and on file. And their app and browser extension let you autofill the virtual credit card number into the credit card field when you're buying things online. There are a ton of different advantages to shopping and paying bills with a system like this. Everything is totally secure and encrypted. And in some situations, you can earn 5% cash back on your purchases. It's all completely free. All you have to do is click the link under this video to get started. And for a limited time, everybody in our audience who signs up gets $5 towards your first purchase when you sign up using that link below.